Hey guys, what's up? It's Dark here, and welcome back to another video in the Blood DK Advanced Mythic Plus Tips and Tricks series that we have been putting out. This information being brought to you again by myself, Mandel, Vera, Floor Fruits, and the South African name that I just can't pronounce, so we're gonna go with Sunday. So this is Motherlode, guys, and we're gonna start off, we've got a rogue in our group, so we're going to Shroud to the first obelisk. Now, if you didn't have a rogue in your group, you can hug the left side here and you can go straight into this double vendor laborer pool. Now it's really important with the vendors, they'll cast an ice spritzer. It's really important that you interrupt, stun with your group and you lock that cast down. It can't go off, it does an absolute hell of a lot of damage. And you want to make sure that it doesn't get a full channel off or even many ticks of its channel, it will kill someone. So we're going to pull this obelisk, we're going to take it into the first area and we're going to go around to the right side near this shed. Now the reason being is we're going to catch two jockeys at the top of their pathing, which is going to get us an extra peacekeeper in this pool. So I'm coming out of the obelisk here, you see there's a jockey and a thug in front of me, and then up the top of your screen there's an assassin and two jockeys. We're going to tag both those jockeys, which are going to head for that peacekeeper up the top. We're going to tag the front thug and the jockey, which is going to go into that peacekeeper, and then we're just going to chain it over into this pack at the side, which gives us double assassin. So one more time, you can see the pad up the top there. I've grabbed it, the two jockeys have headed to that peacekeeper, the one that we tagged in front has already gone to its peacekeeper. Now we've got double peacekeeper and we're chaining it into the side. Now with the assassins that are in this pack as well, they'll cast Hail of Flechettes. You need to make sure that you are gripping or stunning or interrupting that cast with a gouge or something like that. Hail of Flechettes, when it's coupled up with Toxic Blade, does an absolute shit ton of damage, so you want to make sure that you're gripping it off. You can use single grip, mass grip, or asphyxiate. With the peacekeepers as well, just watch out, they will do a charge claw. I think it's a frontal that can hit up to 3 targets in front of them, so just watch your positioning with that one, and as always, make sure you run away if you are taking too much damage. Next, I'm going to pull these double thugs here. Now with the thugs, they'll do a charge. You can stun them to desync that charge. I'm going to throw a D&D over this jockey laborer pack, and then I'm going to line of sight. Reason why is the laborers will cast a throw wrench on you if you're out in the open and in line of sight of them, and on fortified, those throw wrenches will absolutely fucking truck you. I tagged the jockey, which has run into the peacekeeper out the front here, and that's not an issue. Now coming back to this pack, you can see there's a padding peacekeeper and there's a jockey that's marked with star. I am once again going to drop a D&D on that. The star's going to run off to a peacekeeper. I'm going to tag the padding peacekeeper, and then I've line of sighted the labor's wrenches again, just to make sure I'm not getting hit with a whole bunch of them. Again, the peacekeepers, when they come in, just be aware of their charge claw and where you're facing them. You can get your DPS killed really easily if you face charge claw in a shit direction. Next, I'm setting up for a triple peacekeeper pull here. Now I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to tag star, I'm going to move over, I'm going to grip diamond, and I'm going to tag moon. So you can see here I've got 3 activations going on at once, and we've got a double thug in this pull as well. So remember what I was talking about before about desyncing the thugs? If you get a stun on one and you just desync their charges, it just means that your clothies have got a better chance at staying alive versus getting double charged by an enraged thug or something like that, which can be absolutely catastrophic to your group. Again, triple peacekeeper on high fort keys, it may be something that you want to fuck with. It may be something that you don't want to do. On bolstering weeks, you obviously have to play around with this heavily as well, as you don't want heavily bolstered peacekeepers. You may choose to stun the jockeys before they get into peacekeepers and play further trash throughout the dungeon. It's completely up to you, but it's something to be aware of. And on sanguine, peacekeepers are horrible too. You need to try and keep them moving early and preemptively so they don't get stuck in an energy shield in sanguine. So showing you this double again, I tag yellow, it runs down, I grip purple off, and I tag moon. So hopefully that makes sense to you. You can see it twice, you can rewatch this again, but Blood DK is absolutely superb for pulling off this triple peacekeeper pull. You can use NG belts, typhoons, ring of pieces, and things like that, but Blood DK is just absolutely built for pulling these. In Motherlode, it's something we can do really easily. So moving in to the next area, sort of up ahead here, I'm just going to show you all the peacekeepers here. So you can just tag this jockey, it goes straight into a peacekeeper. It's also worth mentioning about the jockeys, they'll cast a concussive charge. or they'll cast Concussive Charge, which deals a bit of damage. They'll also shoot Grease Gun, and Grease Gun does a shitload of damage as well. So again, if you've got multiple jockeys that are outside of Peacekeepers, stunning them and desyncing their casts and their Grease Guns can be absolutely vital as well. The vendors, make sure you're kicking that Spritzer. Up the top here, you'll have a Peacekeeper that's already armed, and you can see down here there's a purple jockey nameplate, the Diamond. I'm going to tag that one, and it's going to run off to the side and get into a Peacekeeper. So if you chain this pull, you'll end up having 2 Peacekeepers as well. You don't have to chain it, but that's the last Peacekeeper that you'll be grabbing from a jockey running into it there. By just tagging that one, it'll run, and you can see it coming in now. Moving on to the first boss, not a hell of a lot you can do. You can use your AMS to take the damage of the Static Pulse. So Static Pulse is about to come out here. You can use AMS and you can avoid the damage from that. You can also use Death's Advance if you want to avoid the knockback from the Static Pulse as well, but not a hell of a lot else you can do. Moving up past the coin-operated Crown Pummeler, these Mine Rats here, they will throw rock on their closest proximity target. So if you are running away and you are kiting, just know if there is a target that is closer than you, they will be copying the throw rocks from those Mine Rats. It's just something to have knowledge of. Moving into the Obelisk and coming up to Azerite. One thing I should mention, sorry, before I get to this, the Extractor, if you end up pulling the Extractor, which is pretty general now, you just need to make sure you're facing it away for the power through, and when that Extractor dies, the mob that comes out of that is also a Grease Gun shooting fuckwit. So again, just watch out for that, deals a fair bit of damage. So then you're going to get in the Obelisk and you are going to move it up to Azerite up the top. Now when you get to Azerite with your Obelisk, try and kill, be it Blob or Spider, try and kill it around the mound where Azerite is. Reason being is we're going to do something to pull all of the ads around Azerite onto you to focus you. So before you come out, drop a D&D, which covers pretty much if you can get an ad and Azerite sort of mound in it. When you come out, your D&D will tick on both, and the Earth Rages will go straight onto you and the Fixate instead of your DPS, which allows your DPS to then do DPS instead of running around. Now Azerite will do this Resonating Pulse, which will in turn trigger the ads to do Resonating Pulse. You can mass grip this, you can single grip them, you can asphyxiate them, your group can stun them. The most important thing though is that they don't go off. So just be aware of that. But it's an absolute gigastrack. Just have your group stay far away. Put your portal where Veyra's done it here. This footage obviously courtesy of Veyra. Put your D&D down, go out, and then your group can run in once they've all fixated on you, and you can just manage them that way. Moving up to Rix of Flux Flame, high magic damage fight, so it's all fire damage from her. If you've halved out and you've got Null Barrier on or something like that, you can mitigate chemical burn with it. So Chem Burn goes on the 2 closest proximity targets. So if you've got this, you can take a stack of Chem Burn, you can use your Null Barrier, and you can reflect some of the damage back and get rid of the dot. Otherwise, you can do the exact same with AMS again as well. Again, if you're in close, you can use AMS just before the cast goes off and you'll skip a Chem Burn. Just be careful though, if you use it too early, your AMS will get eaten up with her autos. With the Azerite Catalyst, it's the shit that gets sprayed out across the platform. That goes in a counterclockwise fashion, so look for the pipe that it comes out of first, then see where the counterclockwise next pipe is, and just make sure your positioning is fine there so you're not cutting your group off. You shouldn't have too many issues. Moving up to the last platform with Mogul Razdunk. Razdunk here, fairly easy boss. However, it won't move if you tag it from a distance and wait for him to come to you. He'll just shoot you. So what you need to do is get up in melee range, and then you're going to drag him over to the top of this crate or this grate on the left side of the encounter space. And there's always going to be a safe spot under the boss, which you just saw then. So what you're going to do is you're going to move him over to this top corner inside on this left grate, and you're going to try and point Gatling gun into the middle of the encounter space. And just the good thing about that is generally timing wise, Gatling gun and running around generally works out better if he's facing inwards in regards to finding a safe spot with the teacup fires. Razdunk again is full magic damage, so you can just use your AMS off cooldown pretty much on this one. Your group will have to stack in, so you'll have to heal through the homing missiles and things like that. There's also an image on your screen now courtesy of Morningwood, which shows all the safe spots. So at this point you do not need to move for the rest of the fight. You can just find the safe points under the boss. I should also mention too, guys, if you're doing any of the trash between Rixa and Mogul, the Ordnance, what are they called? Ordnance Specialists, they cast Artillery Barrage, the large orange circles. You can actually grip them off them to avoid that and displace them. So just something to be worth noting as well if you're going to do any of that trash. But otherwise, guys, that is it. If you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you very much for checking out the video again. Come find me on Twitch. Come say hi on the Discord. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.